after a pretty warm Friday. We started to cool down through the weekend a bit. As we got to Sunday, it was pretty pleasant for a decent amount of us, especially as we move further southwest along the I-35 corridor. A lot of 50s for us, and we had that sunshine, but as you can see, some spots actually stay in the 40 as you go into the Arrowhead and into the UP for those highs yesterday. And that's actually thanks to some cloud cover we had. We're hoping for some of that sunshine that we're expecting, but unfortunately, it looks like we had a bit of cloud cover associated with the system that was actually well off into the Hudson Bay. Brought a bit of that cloud cover for those areas. We saw the cooler temperatures, but we still started to see some sunshine poke through at times. And again, if you're further southwest, got plenty of the sunshine as we got into our Sunday. But if we look at now, we don't have that sunshine much anymore. In fact, we have quite a bit of rain right now, mostly into northern St. Louis County as well as northern Lake County, showing maybe some snow possible in the boundary waters. But again, if any snow is in there, it is pretty much not even probably going to stick often. So not too much there, but we are seeing the rain showers making their way through mostly in northern Minnesota, some in the UP as well. And as we start to pull this a bit forward, it won't be the end of the rain. We'll continue to see some of those off and on showers through today. But as we start to head later on, we're going to see that cold front move through, allowing that band of rain to make its way through as well. So to bring some decent rain for a good number of us here in the Northland. And as we start to pull this forward a bit into Tuesday and even Wednesday, notice that we're mostly going to see some off and on showers once again. So not a very strong rain chance Tuesday and Wednesday, but it'll still be there. But however, we will actually see a little bit more substantial rain, mostly along the South Shore, heading into the UP especially. And you can see that with our rain totals. We're going to have a bit of lake enhancement. So it's not going to be snow, but lake enhanced rain will be possible into the UP. This is where we can see an inch or more in some spots, especially in the Porkies, where we have some of that orographic lift to help with some of that rain. But overall, we can see a decent amount of rain for much of the Northland. A significant portion of the Northland can probably see at least close to half an inch of rain. A little bit of a pick up to northern Minnesota, over half an inch of rain. It's going to drop off a bit as you go along the I-35 corridor through Wednesday, where we're probably going to see a couple tenths of an inch of rain, but hopefully we all still see a decent amount of rain, help some of the drought conditions we have here in the Northland. And the system not just going to bring some rain, going to bring a bit of wind as well. Today is going to be out of the south, gusting 20 miles per hour, maybe up to 30 miles per hour. And then as we start to pull this forward into Tuesday, the winds are still going to be blustery, but they're going to be shifting out of the northwest. So we're going to see a bit of a pickup there, and it's going to create some good wave action. In the head of Lake Superior, we can see those waves getting to the 4 feet, so not very strong, but a little choppier. That's really going to become a little rougher as we get towards Grand Range, Grand Portage, 4 to 7 feet, and we can even see some waves getting up to 5 feet as well once we get off the shore of the UP. So overall, we're going to see some decent waves, and with that wind shift is going to inform what temperatures we're going to see as well. Today, we're going to be staying mild thanks to the southerly flow. Many of us into the 50s, some low 60s in northwest Wisconsin, a little bit cooler as you get into far northern Minnesota. But with those winds shifting out of the northwest behind that cold front, getting into Tuesday, highs are going to look a lot different. We're looking at a lot of 40s, maybe even a few upper 30s for those highs. So going to be quite a bit chillier. And when you add in with that wind we're going to see, look at this. We're looking there, those wind chills into the 30s. So probably going to be one of the chillier days we have felt so far this fall, and probably since we felt since springtime. And of course, as we get later and later in fall, this is just going to become more and more commonplace. And it's not going to stay forever with the cooler temperatures, though we're going to be a bit below average over the next couple days. We're going to gradually warm up into the weekend. So by the time we get to Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at highs mostly in the 50s, maybe even a few low 60s. So going to feel pretty mild as we get to the weekend. And it's not just going to be the temperatures. We're actually going to get a bit more of that sunshine. We can see some sun later today, but overall it's going to be cloudy thanks to the system. But when we get to Thursday, we'll mostly be seeing that sunshine, and it's going to make its way all the way through the weekend. So enjoy the sun while we have it later on in the week on the weekend. Before next week looks like at some point we're going to have another system try to make its way on through. Still a bit far out, but something we're going to keep an eye on as we head through the week. And looking at our 7-day forecast, though, I want to deal with that rain we're seeing currently, as we're going to see some light to moderate rain today going all the way into the middle of the week. Going to keep us a little cooler before we gradually warm up later in the week. Heading into the weekend, we'll also see a lot more of that sun as well.